What another beautiful morning. Beautiful summer morning. June 18th, 2026. Good morning, Fire Demon. Good morning, Helga Toadgutter I still have to fix. Creepy crawler. And everything else in this room. Oh, what's that? Is that the theme for Spirit this year? Camp Harbor Lake? Seems they must have released a new teaser. Let's go ahead and watch it. See what it's like.
I was just about to cast a spell. Take off the mask.
The show must go on!
I want to play a game.
We have a lot to talk about today. Let's get this video started. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Spirit Halloween has released a new teaser for their 2026 Halloween animatronic lineup. Like they did in 2023 and 2024, they did something in June where they released a whole bunch, like a big chunk of the animatronic lineup all at once, and gave us some sneak peeks of the other stuff that hasn't been released yet. So there's some Spirit Halloween animatronics on the site right now. There's some that only appear in this video. So without further ado, let's get started with my thoughts on Spirit Halloween's new for 2026 drop. And I think this is wave 1 probably. Starting off, we're going to talk about the things we only saw in glimpses in that video they released on their social media pages, like their YouTube, their TikTok, Instagram, whatchamacallit, all of that. Starting with the 3-foot Screaming Reaper animatronic. I did not know what to think of this guy, and now that I've seen him, he kind of reminds me of like the line of props like they did with Little Skelly Bones in 2022, Dagger Mike in 2023, Dark Princess in 2024, and Trixie in 2025. Which, those past three, minus Dark Princess, Little Skelly Bones and Dark Princess were pretty good, but the other two I mentioned are not. This guy looks pretty great, in my opinion. He seems like a simple prop, getting a good effective jump scare. He starts out in this curled up position, and then he pops up and screams at you. I think I really like this one. I don't know too much about him yet, and moving on.
I was just about to cast a spell.
We have the Willow Witch. So the Willow Witch is an animatronic. It's going to be released for this year. It is your typical witch animatronic. Things I do like about it are the staff that she has with the deer skull on it, from what it appears to be. I don't know how I feel about the pink hair and the pink eyes. That's something I'm not too sure about, but what I have heard about her, similar to how Nibbles the Clown from Spirit 2024, a revolutionary technology where he could have like a motion tracking sensor. He had a motion tracking sensor in his nose, so he would follow people around as they walked by. This animatronic, similar to the parrot from Home Depot this year, she doesn't have technology similar to AI or ChatGPT, but she has technology similar to a Magic 8 Ball. So, for those of you unfamiliar with what the technology of a Magic 8 Ball does, it looks for keywords and then it lists some pre-scripted, pre-recorded responses for each answer involving those keywords. So it's not as advanced as something like ChatGPT or Google Gemini or any of those. Although there is one, not from Spirit, but from a professional company in 2024. That is a future video discussion. But yeah, that's Willow Witch. Moving on to what we see next is the flashback for Dead Humor, which I am personally really excited about, along with the other two I just talked about recently. So Dead Humor here, he was from 2013, and he is coming back 13 years later in 2026. And from what I've seen with the new model, it looks practically the same as the older model. There might be some slight differences because technology has advanced from the past 13 years to now. But I really do like Dead Humor. Liked him back in 2013, and I think this model will be much more advanced. Hopefully, if not the same.
I want to play a game.
Moving on, we have the new Ghostface animatronic for this year. My personal thoughts? When I saw the prototype video of him, I thought he was a reskin of Fire Demon because of the tariffs that the United States placed on China. They had to do many they had to reuse mechanisms they did before. They couldn't make anything quite new. So I thought this Ghostface was just going to be a simple reskin of Fire Demon, and with a simple explanation. But here we have this Ghostface animatronic that we don't see a lot of. He's wielding two knives, and his animation is that he unfolds his arms outward to reveal his Ghostface mask with blood dripping down. I think that's a really cool gimmick. Of course, we had a Ghostface in 2024, which I personally think is the best modern Ghostface we've seen, and I can't say too much about this one because I haven't seen a lot of him yet, and no other Ghostface can compare to the 2011 Gemmy Ghostface from Spirit they sold that year. The animation was great, and he also could hook up to a phone. Now, the hooking up to a phone technology, that's more with the 2011 Ghostface. That's not this Ghostface right here, but he still looks pretty neat. Looks like the Ghostface from Scream 6. I don't know, but yeah, I think Scream 6 is the reason why they're making a new Ghostface product. Moving on to the final thing we only see a glimpse of, we have Bog Monster. So Bog Monster here, he's this animatronic reptilian creature, looks kind of like a dragon or something. He's covered in what appears to be camel netting, and he pops out of the ground and I guess talks to you, which I was excited for this one. I don't know how I still feel about it now. I like the way it looks. It looks much smaller than I thought it would, and I don't like the fact there's just simple fabric underneath the camel netting, or leaves, whatever you call it. And I don't like that he talks. It does not suit the character well. I don't think he's supposed to talk, and I think they just made him talk to make it more cheesy and more kid-friendly. But I don't completely know. Maybe there's an advanced setting where he doesn't talk. I don't know. I still like him. I like the look of him, minus the black cloth underneath the leaves and stuff. Good creative concept. You could make him look like he's hiding under some leaves. And yeah, you could do a lot with this one. Moving on to the ones we've actually seen. Starting with Pumpkin Punisher. So Pumpkin Punisher is a 7-foot 1-inch tall animatronic pumpkin creature. We saw the prototype of him back when they released these leaks in December, which I don't think they intended to do, but this is at the same time everything that's on the website, like shown in the stock photos and the stock video on Spirit's website, those are still prototype versions. They're not the full production models. So think about back in 2019, if you remember when Crouchy's video came out, that was a prototype Crouchy with different audio. But then they changed the audio for the production models to make it sound more fitting. Similar situation with Pumpkin Patch Prowler from 2018. The prototype model had different audio than the production models we got. So that's just a thing to clarify there. But from what it seems like, if you order him online, he's I think $350 or $330, I don't know. But he costs over $400, nearly $500 just to ship, depending on if you're using 4-day shipping, which is the cheapest kind of shipping. But this guy, he resembles a character with a pumpkin head with human teeth and red glowing eyes. He's wearing an overalled farmer outfit with white sleeves and blue overalls, straws at the end of his pants, and he has black shoes. His hands are also brown and green, from what it appears, and he is wielding a giant axe. Not too big, but just an average-sized axe. What he does is he has a head-turning mechanism, and then he does the same thing that Darling Dolly does in 2023. He reuses Darling Dolly's drop-down mechanism, and he drops down, like, I guess lurches or drops down to meet you face to face, and he retracts back up. Now, from what it seems, the prototype version shakes a little more than Darling Dolly does, so I assume he has much bigger proportions than Darling Dolly does, minus those hands, because Darling Dolly has those lanky fingers, and but seems like the head proportions and all the other proportions on Pumpkin Punisher will be quite larger. So, along with Darling Dolly, back in the same year she was released, 2 other animatronics used that gravity-fed mechanism from Techie Design. The 10-foot 4-inch Mega Wolf, which when he lurched down at passerby, he shook a little bit too. So I have a feeling there's probably going to be a spring attached to Pumpkin Punisher's mechanism like there was for Mega Wolf, which I don't have Mega Wolf. I have just seen videos of people unboxing him. I don't know if I could make the same argument with a 9-foot drop-down Scarecrow. Party City also released in 2023, but you know, Party City isn't around anymore. They're bankrupt, and now we have successors to carry this mechanism forward, like Pumpkin Punisher. So I think there's only going to be a spring to hold him back from falling over completely. That mechanism is easy to work with, doesn't break that often. That gravity-fed mechanism works flawlessly from what I know. But he looks great. I think some extra details I would add a bit more pumpkin warts to the face, like real pumpkins have. Crazy Create did the same thing with Little Jack Carver a few years back, and Sound and Light Animatronics did the same thing with Gordo that same year as well. And Gordo has been returning to spirit ever since his debut in 2023. But yeah, Pumpkin Punisher is a really cool one. I don't know if I'll get him, depending on the size, how big the box is. That's the only thing keeping me from getting him, is size, and also shipping is expensive. But other than that, I would get him right away, even if he's big. Moving on to the next thing.
Mark, you'll hear my melody.
This is another animatronic. He is outdoor rated, has an outdoor rated design, and this one has been in production since 2017. This is Harmonica Hank. Now, Harmonica Hank is this animatronic scarecrow skeleton dude, and what he does, and he's sitting on this wooden podium holding the harmonica. When he activates, his eyes light up and his head moves upwards like he's talking to you, and then the hands of the harmonica lift up as well, and he turns his head side to side to make it look like he's playing the harmonica. Now, like Trick or Treat Pete from last year, this guy is also Bluetooth compatible. And a lot of these animatronics are not really as expensive and overpriced as last year's were, mainly because the tariffs have ceased in China for a bit. But I really do like this animatronic. I would really want to get him mainly because he has an outdoor rated design, and that should be a business standard for any Halloween animatronic making company, because we have the technology to make stuff that's outdoor rated. We just need to make more of it. I also like the Bluetooth compatibility option. I think that is a really neat gimmick. He is something I'm hoping to pick up for this year. Moving on to an animatronic that was revealed at HauntCon / the Halloween and Party Expo back in winter, like January of 2025. He's an animatronic made by Trick or Treat Studios, but he got delayed because of tariffs that the United States has put on China. This is their new Michael Myers animatronic, made by Trick or Treat Studios, and this is Trick or Treat Studios' first ever animatronic. This Michael Myers features the character Michael Myers himself, who looks very accurate to the 1978 Halloween movie form, and usually a lot of Michael Myers animatronics are a bit lackluster. The one from 2018 was not great at all, just had the jolty robotic movement where it pivoted to the side and made that robotic stabbing motion, and that Michael Myers was from Halloween H2O. And that 2018 Michael Myers had a control box that caught on fire. Then we got the 2024 Michael Myers, which barely looked anything like what Michael Myers would look like at all. He's based off of Halloween Kills and Halloween 2's Michael Myers, and he doesn't even play the Halloween theme. Still has that jolty robotic movement where he pivots side to side, raises the knife up and down in a stabbing motion, and the head is servo motored. This Michael Myers is a bit better. He doesn't have that generic stabbing motion, but from what I've seen, the head moves. I don't know if the torso moves or not, but he lifts the hand up, the hand that's wielding a knife. He lifts his hand up, and his wrist tilts, and that is a really cool gimmick, and I think this is the best Michael we've gotten in modern day Spirit or modern day Halloween times. It's like, I get maybe there were better Michael Myers props out there, but I like this one better than most of the modern day Michaels we've seen. Moving on to one that I like, but not the look of it. This is Trash Bandit. This is an idea similar to the pop-out trash can raccoon that Party City had in 2022. It is a raccoon that pops out of a goo-covered trash can. He screeches at you and jump scares you with that pop-up animation, and then he retracts back down into the trash can. Now, I love this animatronic, and I think it's a great jump scare and suits an alleyway theme well. Only problem I have with it is that the raccoon itself does not look realistic at all. It looks cartoony, and it looks like the fur is completely made of latex and or plastic, or the entire head itself. We don't even get a full raccoon body, we just get a raccoon's head on a sheet of what appears to be a stock photo of a bunch of trash covering his body and covering the mechanism. I still like this one. I think it's a decent jump scare. Moving on.
Wind me up one more time! Ha! Or else!
We have Windup Wall-E, and I really do like the animation on this one, how vintage it looks. With the Dunes cap and the face paint and color scheme in general, looks very vintage Carnival-esque. I even like the pom-poms on his shoes and the little spots on his shoes, which are a nice touch. The overall outfit with the blue and grayish white, the gloves look great, and the red striped outfit is pretty cool as well. This animatronic has a jump scare animation where, yes, he moves his mouth. I don't know if his eyes light up or not, but the animation is this little wind-up mechanism on his back, rotates a full 360 slowly, and then he pops up to jump scare you. Then he retracts back down. I think he's really neat and not too expensive, and it's not the worst clown we've seen. We've seen too many clowns. I feel like that's an overdone concept these days, but this seems not like the clowns we usually see, but more like a doll. It's kind of hard to say. I like him a little bit.
Let's try to take off the masks. No need to worry anymore. There's no one left to hurt you.
Next, we have one of my favorite animatronic concepts from Spirit this year, Doomsday Duo. Now, let me clarify. I thought I would not like this prop, but I like it even more now seeing the video. This animatronic, as you've seen, features a mother and her son holding hands, wearing these gas masks, and it seems like it's like the end of the world scenario. And what they do is the mother talks, and then the two slowly take the masks off of their faces to reveal these grotesque faces with the green lighting. And you could also hear gasping, breathing, and coughing sounds coming from the kid and the mom. And the mom is the only one in this animatronic that talks. But after you see what their faces look like and hear them gagging and breathing and coughing, then they put the masks back on. Now, why this is my favorite concept of the year is because it tells a story. There's the visual and audio storytelling, which I am a huge fan of, and on top of that, it's a darker concept than what we usually see from Spirit. Like how the Black Heart was one of my favorites from 2023 because of the visual and audio storytelling and how dark of a concept it is. This is a similar situation to the Black Heart, and I am all in for it, and I think this is one of the greatest animatronics Spirit has released all year, despite me never thinking that in the first place. Now, moving on. We have the Clown Nightcrawler reskin we all know and love. This is Carnival Creeper. Basically a reskin of Nightcrawler but made into a clown. Very funny, Spirit. I know this is what you do a lot. So this animatronic does the same thing, has the same armature and animation as Nightcrawler does. He pops up and crouches back down while swaying to the side, but his jaw is attached to a spring. He has this outfit where some parts of it are white with black stripes and other parts are yellow with black spots. He has red hair and he has a black collar along with bright yellow pom-poms and red shoes. He's pretty neat. I mean, I like that they're making an animatronic of Nightcrawler that's basically kind of like Nightcrawler but a clown. And at the same time, he's outdoor rated and he is very durable from what they're trying to tell us. Because it says that we don't need additional weight to put on him in order for him to work properly. I think this is a neat animatronic, but I already have Nightcrawler. Maybe I could get this guy if anyone wanted me to do like a prop comparison between Nightcrawler and Carnival Creeper. But keep in mind, Carnival Creeper is $30 more than Nightcrawler sold back in 2020 and 2021. That's what most have to keep in mind. If you have Nightcrawler, I don't know if it would be necessary to buy him, but that's completely up to you. Moving on.
I'm so happy you're here. I'm so excited. I could burst. Surprise! Now it's time for the real show.
We have an animatronic I've seen the video of. Now, this goes back to me saying that the animatronics we see in stock photos and videos are in fact prototypes. They're not the full production model. Now, before I make decisions to get anything like Crackles or Jeremy Jaws, because I think those are really cool concepts, both of them, I have to see the execution first, and I have to see them in person to see if they work properly. And depending on if they make a good impression on me and if the mechanisms seem reliable, then I will consider it. That's how I feel with Crackles. This animatronic is a clown with a white outfit with blue stripes, giant bright yellow pom-poms, red shoes, I think they're like a maroon color, I would assume, a yellow and pink collar, pink spiky hair, and he appears to have this vintage carnival clown mask on his face that splits open like the animatronic's faces in Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location to reveal a much more sinister face underneath. I like the concept and I like the way he looks. I just need to see the execution. And with the additional cracks on his face, it's making it seem like they're actually listening, and also like maybe the execution will work well. I would still prefer to see him in person before making any final verdicts. Next. We have the giant fly we all know and love, made by Fu using This is Buzz. I love the detail and sculpt on Buzz here, and I also love that the wings flap up and down, and the eyes light up as he makes these fly noises. Buzz is an amazing animatronic. All I would add would be mouth movement and an additional head tilting. Maybe the antenna also moving up and down, but I'm still happy with what I get. We get a fully sculpted, detailed giant fly with lamp eyes, fly noises, and the wings flapping up and down, which is something I am a huge fan of. And I plan on getting him. We'll just have to see. This is one of the ones at the top of my list, along with Doomsday Duo. Next is the first good budget prop Spirit Halloween has released. Back then, in 2024, we had a budget prop named Night Terror, who moved like Glenn Quagmire from Family Guy. He was made out of spare parts, and he wasn't great at all. 2025, we got another budget prop. We're using Silent and Deadly's build and Poor George's head sculpt. Two-Face Teddy was another budget prop that was made out of spare parts. This animatronic, it's meant to be a budget prop, and it's using all original parts. It's an original idea. A witch that laughs, turns side to side, and has this crystal ball. And for any of the people who can't afford the big animatronics and can only afford budget props, this is for you. She is the best budget prop, I think.
I scooped all my brains out. Wanna see?
And then next we have Harvey Carvy. He has a carved jack-o'-lantern for a head, and he's wearing pajamas with ghosts prints on them, a red cape, and he's holding a knife in one hand and a spoon in the other. When activated, the animatronic tilts his head left and right, and the arms move up and down in opposite directions. He has interesting phrases, and he seems like one of those more cutesy animatronics than anything. He's pretty cool though. I like the character, and I also like the aesthetic of him. We have two more left to cover. Which are Jeremy Jaws. So Jeremy Jaws is this animatronic. From what I see here, he reuses the same feet as Grimm, same hand sculpt as Grave-Grabbing Corpse and Bog Zombie, and he has the same audio as Bog Zombie, along with the same waist-turning mechanism that Bog Zombie has. I do like him, but the thing I really like most, other than the appearance and the blood and the arm reaching out, is the fact that his eye and jaw drop downward, and then like you see that, and I see there's like pink treads holding them up, and yeah, after he's done with his animation, the eye and the jaw retract back into place, but this kind of makes the effect seem more intentional than accidental. So here's the thing I would like to say about this one. I would prefer to see Jeremy Jaws in person and see the production models before making a final verdict. Same with Crackles. Both are really awesome animatronics, but I want to see both in person, and I want to see the execution of the production models, not just the prototype. finally, we have the new Pennywise animatronic for this year from the new It show Welcome to Derry. This Pennywise resembles the Pennywise from the 2017 It movie and the 2019 It movie and the 2025 series Welcome to Derry. Specifically, the episode in Welcome to Derry where Pennywise, every part of Pennywise minus his head, minus the top of his head and his hair, every part of him is covered in blood. This animatronic stands at 6 foot 10 inches tall, and what he does is he looms down and laughs, spreading his arms outward, and it's kind of like he's getting a better look at you. And then he retracts back up. This animatronic I've become a bit more of a fan of, and is something I am considering, but I don't really know yet. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is AA Halloween signing out. Stay tuned and stay scary.